What the juck is up, everybody? Jando here, back at it with another video. Going to do another stage 4 showcase. This time we'll be showing off the Dawn Warrior at level 266. Big difference here is that compared to the Shade, it has an 18-star Twilight and a 21-star Slam Ring. It has a Raw 3, no secondary ring, and it's not running a Black Heart. As for its spec right now, we are looking at just over 90 mil, at about 80 sacred power, like it doesn't even matter, but all the M1, M4 unlocked, got the Ascent, and then all the B job skills have level 1. So the same 600 hexa progression. As for the gear, everything is basically 21 star 2 line. I think the weapon here is 20 strength, 1 line crit, but everything is at least fake 3 line or more. So only really room for improvement for this character is getting the Twilight Mark 21 star, getting a Raw 4, and obviously liberating. I also have some decent spread on the WSE. Even more so, running a Lydium Heart. So a Black Card would probably boost this character up to nearly the 100 mil CP mark. So let's dive into the VOD of just how quickly this character can clear Ctene. Alright, as always, we start off with the prep. He's getting all the buffs, gets the money, grab the elixirs, because they do make the runs go a lot faster. As we dive into it, I make sure I check my liberation progress, because I do not want to overcap again. Grab second buff, because I am starting with the hardest one first, being Verus Hilla. Make sure you have 1350 Arcane Force when you fight Verus Hilla. And yeah, the 90 mil CP is with those 3 event familiars we get, which is like 9% attack, which is, man, it's not bad. It is not bad. All right, so 1 minute prep time, and we dive into Verus Hilla. The Dawn Warrior is I'm liking the class. Usually the biggest things that make or break a class is how easy they are to play, how many buttons you're going to press for burst. Most of the time, everything is just press sequence, hold down burst skill, and you're good, because everything just gets into the sequence. Dawn Warrior has a pretty good teleport that animation cancels, which is like just a very nice thing to have. And you can kind of like cut out any long animations, kind of like their dash, their rush skill. It's more of a dash. Whatever's on the D key, you can then interrupt the animation and just go right into a TP, which is great. They have an okay 1 minute burst, Dawn Warriors. You've got whatever skills on the A, the big like dark star thing that goes around you. It's the 1 minute cooldown, and you can compare that up with the chickens. And like, it's okay. Most of the damage comes from their burst, and like, I don't know the skill names, but it's solid. But we're going to second burst. The first burst took it down, I think it was like an origin burst. First 2 minutes took it down to 75%, and then the second one will take it down to 50%. Oh, nah, not even. We'll see how much we can chip it for the full like first 4 minutes of the fight. Yeah, you get really good at Verus Hilla when all these bosses you get really good at when you run them from like 10 different characters a week. Usually the best practice against Verus Hilla is to move it towards one of the many safe spots around the arena, and then try and stay behind her, because you can dodge like 2 of her 3 major attacks when you're behind her. The blue attack, which grabs you and just flings you away, which is probably the most lethal, especially if you have high skulls, because she can just fling you into a thread and then you can just die. Purple, you go behind her, and then green, you go in front of her. And then for her, the 2 like skulls she throws out, you want to be in the either jump over it or be in the middle. And then of course you have random debris around the arena, and have to just not sit in. Also for this fight, I am running, I think it's 3 10% kill fams. Makes the fight a little bit more cozier, so you don't have to keep running around getting hit by threads and forcing use potions. And then if you hit the potions, or if you cleanse, you also get a cheeky little FD buff. So if you're really keen, you can kind of like tie your bursts with a cleanse to get maximum damage. Yeah, Dawn Warrior is very straightforward. It was one of the classes that I had already hit to 250 when I came back into the game. So I'm like, well, it's already like one of my highest characters on my account. May as well boost it up and get it to fix job and prog it. And Dawn Warrior is a pretty class. Like, you gotta say, like, it's annoying. I'm looking forward to when all the we can actually have animations not transparent, because like all these like fancy skills you just don't get to see. Like, their burst is so satisfying, and they also have a really sick origin skill. Like, look at that, bam! I really do enjoy the giant like greatsword cleaving down, cutting the universe open, tearing open into the space-time continuum. It's a lot of fun. So we're down. That was the second origin burst. So ideally, like a real cozy fight is killing the boss at this mark, but I only got it to 75%. There's still quite a bit to go. Oh, I can see a misplay here. Dawn Warriors have a FD debuff skill. You can see it on the 2 there, this thing here. I don't have it activated, so I am losing damage. Always make sure you have that up. True, I think it's called True Sight. I think it's 5% FD to the entire party. I think Dawn Warrior gets more. Anyway, we're going for another burst. I don't think this is enough to actually kill. I think I need a burst. Oh, I fuck it up. That's why. I get hit by the thread, but I do proc the FD bonus, which is nice, but still, I may have to burst again, which just makes this a long, drawn-out fight. And, like, mind you, you're not safe yet. Like, you can die at any point. Like, look at that. That was scary. He throws me into threads. The moment test starts. I could have gotten hit by a skull and lost one instantly. Dawn Warriors don't really have that many accessible iframes. They have a big one as, like, they have, like, 2 you can use back-to-back with a dash. But it's more likely just one. It's like you're not dodging 2 things within like 2 seconds. You're really only using that to dodge once. I wish they were separate instead of two different iframes, so you can have more flexibility. But no, instead, look at this. I'm getting bonked by threads. This is getting dangerously close. I've definitely entered at a 0.1% before, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so run 1 is done. That was, what, 11 minutes 45 on the clock. And from start to finish, I think that took a total of 10 minutes and 11 seconds to kill the Hilla. That's timing it from the first time I do damage to the last time I do damage. Just go next, go to Darknell. And then Darknell only have 1 level of bonus damage. I don't know the exact number, but being 266, Darknell's 265. You get a bit of bonus damage. So it's definitely much faster. You're 270. But I think Dawn Warrior excels quite a bit here because you can always I think I just leave because I lose the door straight away. I was like, fuck it. I've only bursted once. That's light work. I can just go back in and retry. Yeah, don't be afraid. If you ever screw up your first burst, just re-enter. Just go back in. Rebuff. Do what you need to do. Anything to make the first run much. I think I didn't have True Sight on. That's why. I'm gonna Darknell. It's pretty straightforward. Whenever he makes a move, you basically dash TP to go to the other side, so you avoid the elites, and then rinse repeat. Trying to get him away. Like if he's directly into the corner, it's not ideal. But in this spot right here, it's kind of ideal, so you can go behind him. You can also go like dash away from him, dash into him, and then if you're in the corner, whenever mages or archers spawn, they will miss you, unless the archers on the side. Yeah, Dawn Warrior is a rather simple kit, quite nice. The only the big thing I'm looking forward to when it does liberate is that the iframe, the Jenny iframe, allows you to get off that last 10 seconds of your giant. I think it's called Equilibrium. They sound about right. Once they go off, I think it just takes the full 20 seconds to actually get it off. So Jenny iframe can actually extend your burst rotation, so you can just go full monkey, hold down a button, and just do all the damage. Then, of course, if you ever get your hands on a Raw 5, one way or another, the burst gets boosted all the way through. But what am I talking about? Raw 5s when I say 10 mil? Yeah, right. Maybe in like 2 years, maybe more. But yeah, Dawn Warriors only have access to that one iframe. But their TP kind of makes up for it. It's usually up most of the time. It's like a 4 to 5 second cooldown. Sure, it's only one direction, but you really only want to go forward with it. Like, you don't really want to, like, it would be great if you can go omnidirectional, But even though it's just a forward dash, it's still really good utility. Especially since you can use it in the air, which makes it quite nice. And here's me just inting, don't mind me. Always love when you die the moment you pop burst. Dawn Warriors are also a fancy class because they get 2 ascents for the price of 1. I think the second part does the bigger damage, but you get 2 iframes per usage of it, which is quite nice. The only thing I don't like is that there's a delay on using your ascent, which can make things annoying. But yeah, Dawn Warrior is a 2-minute burst class with a 1-minute mini burst. That is okay. It will benefit from Hecate. Looking forward to getting Hecate on this thing. That's also a way to increase the burst window as well, so you can get all of your enhanced basic attacks off. Which is always a great thing. So having to get, I think it's like 125 frags, all these characters is going to be interesting. Not sure how I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to workshop it, because if it's just 1 character per week, it's like, damn, that's going to be slow. They will take a full 2 months to unlock all characters with Hecate. Who knows what I'll do? Do I farm? Maybe there are better ways to get frags in Crown. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping there's better ways to get frags in Crown. Okay, look at that. I use the ascent, and I just the delay is too strong. I do get to see the pretty ascent twice, which is quite nice. All right, that is Darknell defeated, as I'm on 1 life and not sweating. We pop the box, and we get a ring box. Do we get a roll 4? Is it time? Oh no! She immediately chuck. I actually pick it back up because it's just maybe I can use this, but I don't think you can equip it. I don't know what I was doing, but apparently it's not usable. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but oh well. I still haven't figured this out, but it's like, whatever. Usually I forget about it, go next, usually change characters, but it's time for Gloom. The Gloom, I think I can do within 8 minutes, but as for the Darknell, from the moment I started damaging it, it took about 8 minutes and 4 seconds. So about I think 6 minutes 30 is roughly the gold, like a really good gold standard of how long a boss should take. That's enough to do 2 origin bursts, and I think that's what I can't math. You have 1, 2, 3. It's 4 2-minute bursts. 1 on entry, the second, third, and the 4th one is with the second origin. It's like the ideal time frame. If you can do that on all bosses, right? But you can see it. Like, to do that on Verus Hilla, this character gets much stronger. But it is still lacking that raw 4, and of course, still lacking being liberated. Than any of the gains it gets from getting any pitch drops. Usually, with the biggest ones being obviously the book. The book isn't that big of a gain. It's only when it pairs off with like an ET. Then it's all the gauntlet of having to decide how I'm going to get a Mage's Rage on these things, because I don't really want to do Hard Saren on all these characters. And like, do I just? Honestly, I may just like peace of mind it and pity a badge. Sorry, not a badge. Pity an emblem. I don't really want to get carried on like 10 characters. That's like, I don't really want to do that. There is an alternate universe where I could make a new account in Challenger World and get it strong enough so it can clear Hard Saren in a reasonable time. That's a bit too much work. Everything to avoid having to be social in this game. Anything possible. But the most efficient way is to find someone to trade carries with. But right now, I can only really do Hard Saren on 1 character comfortably. All my other characters are too annoying to play. Oh, Hydo is getting there. I think Hydo will clear Hard Saren very, very nicely. But doing it on Adele and Ballasta, ugh. I'm probably waiting for the Saren nerfs before I touch that on. Do those Legion Champ missions. Look, I'm in no rush. Alright, so Gloom, anything special about Gloom? Not really. Like, Gloom is annoying because you can't do anything for the first 2 minutes. makes the case for investing a high level ascent. I think I spoke about this in the previous videos, but I think you need like level 14, 15, maybe even level 19 ascent to puncture Gloom at around. I think if you're like 100, I think these characters are going to end up at like 160 mil CP. I think it's like 130 to 140 with Liberated, and then anything higher than that is all based on your pitch drops. And of course, if you convert and go to Arcanes, you could probably hit the like 160, 180 mark. I think that plus Hecate, not Hecate, Ascent at level, I want to say level 19. I think level 19 is like, it's a lot. Like that is a big investment. Doing that on like more than 2 characters is also a lot. And all you're saving is what, 90 seconds to 2 minutes per character. Hey, if you've got 730 meals, that's like 14 minutes. That can be, look, it's all about the mental clarity. Doing things that don't burn you out. And it does make the like entire run itself faster. It won't just help out in Gloom, it'll make all the other bosses much faster. Yeah, Gloom is rather straightforward. I do like Gloom, especially up with the changes they made. When balls used to spawn during Darkness, that was a lot. But not taking into account Gloom's annoying 2-minute donor wall that it just prevents you from doing anything. That fight takes about that took about 7 minutes, 16 seconds. No drops, as usual. To be fair, this character's already seen a box and like an arcane box. It's like whatever. So the first 30 minutes managed to get through Verus Hilla, Darknell, and Gloom, which is a pretty good benchmark, being able to get through that many with only 1 coupon. Now we have to do Commander William. Will is, you know what? Will is okay when the high spec. And excuse my notifications as I did not set myself to do not disturb. I keep forgetting to do that. Will is, it's annoying on a min clear. I think it's one of the most annoying bosses to do on a min clear. It's also really annoying to do when you're distracted because these tests are very precise. It's like you either fail or you don't, which is super annoying. I've had times when I'm like, why did I just die here? Oh, I forgot to do test. Oh, I didn't even see the message. What am I doing? But definitely not a boss you want to do with your brain off. And look, I'm looking forward to the changes when they make phase 1 2 parts instead of 3. Oh, come on, just make Will one phase. Get all the HP bars into phase 3 and let's just nuke this thing. Because the amount of downtime in this fight, this is the most egregious fight where there is so much downtime. Pretty sure he has more downtime than Gloom. That's just how much he's used kind of damage to him. But it's what? 3 tests in phase 1, 2 tests in phase 2, and then he iframes when he does the big attacks in phase 3. Like, come on, William. Get it together. Like, during the entire, like, this is like a good 30 seconds where you just aren't hitting him. And Will, like, really, like, Will. He makes classes with bad DPM just hate themselves. So DPM classes really shine in Will. Like when my blaster does this, it's like I can burst here, and then I'll have enough DPM to just go through part 2. Like it's still up. Whereas like Hido, it's like it's miserable because you can burst this thing and then your burst wears off, so you have nothing for part 2. And I guess I have like one useful tip for Will in phase 2 is I always try and stay behind him, because he always will attack where you are, either with the mirror thing or with himself. And the spikes never spawn in the same place. So if you see a spike, you can jump to that spike. And here's me just bursting through phase 2 part 2, because I don't want to deal with this phase. It's really annoying. All right, you know what? Let's speed these things up. We've done Will 1,000 times. And we're getting close to completing the meat and potatoes of a Ctene boss mill. It's like when you do the hardest things first, there's nothing daunting waiting for you. Which is always nice. Yeah, phase 3 is incredibly annoying at a min spec because you have to deal with the webs. The webs are so difficult. That same principle kind of applies in phase 3. It's where you kind of just want to keep bouncing between left side and right side of Will so you avoid his knockback. His knockback into web, into stomp is usually how you die. And you can see me fat finger. I think I have bosses on T. I need to unbind that. The Will is defeated. That Will run took, from the moment I hit him in phase 1, the moment he died, it was about 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Now for Lucid. Ideally for Lucid, you want to get to a point where you can, like in an ideal scenario, you can just ascent out of phase 1 and then you can just burst phase 2 and then DPM through E3. That's really main territorial. Legion champions may be able to do that. The ideal, so the second place standard is just a standard burst. And then you can origin first up in phase 2. But for this Teddy Mill, I am doing the full thing, burst, origin into burst, and then DPMing chip damage out of it. And I think my cooldowns just line up barely. I think they're up for a little bit. So now I can just immediately go into phase 2 and burst, which is quite nice. Phase 2 Lucid is so fucking annoying. Flies around all the time, and then she will just immediately disappear the moment the bind ends. You can't attack her as she does her attacks. It's cool. Oh, wasting my time. Thankfully, she's squishy enough, so it's not really a problem. Phase 2 can get a little annoying because some classes will need a burst her to kill her in phase 2, and then you have no juice for phase 3. Thankfully, with the addition of Ascent, it does make things a little easier. You can see there, she just disappeared the moment she unbound, which is really fucking annoying for my residual burst. But at least, I guess, I wait long enough, so my cooldowns are off, or basically off for phase 3. Just phase it, throw out some Ascents, and then I have burst coming like 10 seconds. Plenty of time for it to come up. I don't think I need it. I still use it anyway. And then we clear phase 3. So Lucid took about 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Origin did come up at the end there, so worst case scenario I could have Origined. Got a 12 mark, which is quite needed since I do need to tap those up. Now for Slime. Yeah, Slime, doing Slime after Lucid is like, he's so tanky because he doesn't get bonus damage from Arcane Force. So things just feel so much slower and brutal. Yeah, this is where a up dash would be quite nice. Like if Dawn Warrior's teleport was able to go up into the air, it's so good. Instantly cancel anything you're doing to go up in the air. Oh, that would be great. All right, go through the first test. Let's speed this up. We've all done Slime. And Slime is just a tanky piece of HP. I think I'm on pace to doing 4 bursts. Nearly die there, which is great. This is S2. Play the minigame. And Origin will be up next burst. It's not nowhere near to being a 6-minute clear, which is annoying. Now I'm curious if this was the fight where I forget to use a sense. I think I don't use a sense, and I if I get it in time, I do get it in time. Oh no, this is the one where I didn't actually play the game properly. Didn't block any of the doors, but I have Origin up. And I kill him, do I? Nah. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do one more test? God damn it. I do forget to use a sense. Yeah, I think this is enough to ascent out, and I just don't do it. And I don't realize until after I finish it. It's like, shit, I could use a sense. And then yeah, I failed the fucking... God. Slime is fun. But it's dead. And that took 9 minutes 39. Would have been much quicker if I got a slime ring at least. Would have been much quicker if I didn't flob the not use a sense. But we're coming to the end here, and it's going to be just over an hour as we enter Illumian with 8 minutes of the clock. And if I decided to pop Black Card, this would easily be like a 50-minute run. But I think the Dormer is in a decent spot to until it liberates. Here Damien decides to be a fuck. I guess one piece of advice is that when you want to bind, just wait one more second so the boss is definitely in the spot you want it to be before you let loose. Nothing more annoying than either the bind going off and the boss teleporting somewhere. Another ring box drops and they get fucking nothing. Or your bind just completely missing. Which is a good thing about having two binds, because if you do, this is why I have it over there, just in case. Got to do the split here. That Lomian takes like... Damien's like a 3 minute 23 run. We finish up Lotus here. Lotus, I think, takes about 2 minutes 23. Like, I need to do 2 bursts, basically. 2 bursts, and it's all light work. And then it's just a catchy, and the baby bosses just stay in drop gift for these, and make the, like, what, 400 mil you get from these bosses. Don't really need anything more from the meter. Really kind of just get in, grab the crystal, and that's really it. Sense make this go real nice and fast. It's roughly about the same speed as the Shade, even though the Shade died in Darknell at like right at the end. Now we do all of the inventory management, make the 5 big bones, throw everything into storage, and that's time. All right, can I pause? God damn it! That's the wrong video. Go back. Go back. Alright. Come on. Let me get my timestamp. 1 hour and 9 minutes for this. Not too bad. Definitely could have made, I think, the healer run a little faster. Same with the slime run. But hey, just over an hour, which is usually a good ballpark for an unlibbed character, especially if that's not running a raw 4. Like, once it gets that, and even if I get a decent 3rd ring, this thing can be a little faster. But that's it. That's Dawn Warrior in a nutshell. A 90 mil CP Dawn Warrior. Go back to the ending card. But as always, thank you all for watching. Up next will probably be a Stage 5 showcase, but I don't really have good examples of it. So I'll do my Kana. It just liberated. But expect a night and day difference to these struggle characters. Or, well, you will see the difference when you... look, Kana is overtuned. That should be out tomorrow. Yeah. As always, thank you all for watching. Have a good day. I'll catch you all in the next one.